And welcome back, welcome aboard for another episode here, episode 69 in the Devil's Towers Fixit 1969 game in the Semi-Train sessions on How Not to Game with Kelly Jack. I'm Kelly Jack. I think everybody's pretty much figured out by now how you shouldn't game if you want to be a fast, rapid, modern gamer who, I'm here to take a no holds barred view of things. Eh, I'm here to enjoy the game and try to figure out what I'm doing, not just do things. Now, I do have a spot here that I would like to fix. I think we can see why I would like to fix it. It's doing a double 90, and that's on not road, not rail, not special construction. It's doing this on tram line. So I need to kind of fix this. Do the power lines, then come in and fast blow. And now that should give us a better transition there. A lot less slow down for that tram line that we're pulling off. Down the road, I might even change that to real rail. Just because it's cheaper, but at the same time, we're kind of taking it the hard way. Now, I do want to apologize. There's going to be a moment where you're going to ride along with the train, because I just realized I left my coffee cup fully loaded, ready to go in the kitchen for cup number 4. Caffeination levels are definitely too low today. Let's take a ride along with the trash train on the hunk of trasher junker. All right, I'm back. Be a little rattling noise here while I stir the coffee. Yes, I did add creamer. I have begun to blaspheme and blaspheme against the bean by adulterating it with creamer. So we're kind of looking at various spots. Check my messages, make certain we did not. Oh, 69. Wow, we have not had factory growth since 69. I doubt that. Severely doubt that. I know we've had factory growth. I think it's just that the system's overloaded. All right. So looking at our various rail systems, that's the Seneca. We could probably run one into Octochem. Start boosting these guys a little bit more. Looking at our junkers trains, they're all going pretty good. I am considering not raising this up until here and making this a shorter and doing a tunnel under with a dispatch line here. It's just a consideration, though. I'm pretty certain that is just a dispatch line right now in my game. Des Lake's crude still not producing enough to even really keep 2 trains running. And that's one thing we are starting to see is it's time to start considering some alternate transportation methods here. And that's part of what the western or east side station is. 21 East Station. And, I think I'm going to drop the few bits and pieces of 21st East Side Station now. I kind of want to do a station building here. Oops, got to have the actual platform in first. So let's do, and again, we're doing 3 long trains. And then we'll do a regular platform in between. Kind of like that, so that we build out the station, put a station building in, and then tie in a bus route to service this area. And we're going to do a little looper bus, I think, or I think a back and forth, just one that grabs from here, comes back around here, and goes into turn around at like, we're going to do a little loop on one end and then just a turnaround on the other out in the residential. How's that sound? So let's get a bus, and we're going to put what other kind of bus is there for our needs? Well, we've got some new buses here. Let's take a peek. We've got the jumbo cruiser, that's for inner city. We can do the long bus, but I don't think it needs it. I think what our best bet is right here. Costs us a little more up front, but the lower costs and the high capacity helps this guy a lot. So what we're going to do is we're going to schedule this guy to start out here. He's going to start at Greenfields. He's going to come to here, 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 here. I'm going to have him peek into there, come to here, then go back. Nowhere where we got to do that kind, and we are going to call this Mahfeld. Mahfeld 21 East Station bus. And he connects into enough that we should be able to get some ridership. I mean, we'll have some pickup riders off this loop, pickup riders off of other loops. Downtown, back into the core of the city. Downtown has shifted. Downtown's was here and it's now spread into here. So downtown's gotten fairly big. I'm surprised we haven't seen more urban sprawl. But part of that is our lines are everywhere. One thing I do wish I had ability to do in the game is to click a button and have it tell me, hey, there's places using these spots as way stations. And that is another thing where the waypoints, where the competing game, I should say, OpenTTD, has the way station um, thing, the actual structure along. So it's like a halt point. Problem is converting it up. But they each handle way, their tracking's a little bit different. I like the Simitrans way to an extent. I do play both. But like I said, I've kind of stayed away from games where other people are making money at it. Simitrans does not seem to have the number of streamers that the other does. So I think I can do this and not be taking bread from somebody's money, wallet. All right, we're going to close out those two for a few minutes. What the heck was I doing again? Oh yeah, we did the bus. Now we need to do that train. And we need to start figuring how to do the train. So we're going to need to get him up to here. Okay, we need train tools back. And we need train tools back because of how we need to do the bridge. And we were doing the bridge. So we got to do the bridge and these passenger lines. Let's get the first passenger line going right away. Considerations I'm having to consider, though, are I'm going to need a rail, double railing along here between these two main lines. I don't mind being single through here for right now. I can double it up later and then do the straighten out to clean this up. Okay. So let's go ahead, connect this in. There we go. He's going to come this way. But unlike our friend, we're going to do this. And extend that double lining down to that point. And then he's going to come into Des Lakes as well. Don't need to, he's already got the shoot through. What am I doing? And then we can just take him right like that. This is more for, more money for making this tunnel system here that I am seriously considering and that we're going to lay a marker for. I don't like tunneling underneath a drill site. So we're going to spread him. to have my tunnels come out and then rise, not rise right away. It's just something about the rise right away bugs me. We all have our little predicillos. And then we can tag out that we will then come back over. Whoops. There we go. Perfect. There we go. Passing lane. I don't mind that I'm going to leave this for right now. Blow our tunnel underneath. Grab our train line up. It's going to be a little bit tighter. Because of that, I'm not certain. I'm rotating just to see where that signal's at. Of course, signals don't blow that way. Connections over that side, so I like that. I can blow that. Make certain we do have the connection. I think we do. Thank you. Put that as that. I could wish for a longer one, and down the road I can do a second tunnel so that I can two-way this through the tunnels on either side of the oil rig. Of course, then I'd have to take and shift where my interconnect would be by taking this out and doing it down here, do an interconnect pull off down here. So that's something to consider. Don't need that signal that way anymore because we've got the two-way segment. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. We're going to put in simple three-line station there. We've already got our three-line station there. I actually want to take that up one notch. Improve both of these two. I don't mind the end one being platform. I don't mind platforms at the work sites. Oops. Certain I didn't do the same at Des Lakes. No, I didn't do the same at Des Lakes, and private oil wells done right. Pineville connects. Speed up the rails along here. Put the flaggings on those. Take out his, because now we have to have the flaggings. And we need that kind of a crossover here. And that kind of a crossover deserves the Jinx Junction. All right, let's put our first passenger train out onto that. And I do have a feeling that's going to require a slightly better train than we've been running. Looking at our straight passengers that are powered, I can either abro or do the BR, the Pernod BR 614. And I think I'm going to stick with an abro for now. I think because this is a simple one, I don't need more than 240 people. I mean, yeah, these would let me pack. 3 would be 210. Actually, the abro carries more people at a slightly slower pace. Yes, that 50 kilometers an hour I think on the high-speed passenger line is what's going to be put on there soon. But for now, I think the abro for the workers line is sufficient. So let's go ahead and schedule this guy. He's going to come out of our east terminal, and we're going to make him come from that station. Going to bring him on up to here. We are giving him some guidance. He's going to come along this section. Hit here. Whoops. There. We are going to go ahead and blow that cross beam right there. I just realized he will try until I speed up the rail to utilize something I don't want him to use. Get him out here. I have no problems with there. Back down this way. We do need to do some signaling here, because we've had a change in signals, and we need to take out, oops, that signal, put the rail back in. Well, not the super high speed. I don't need the 240. Freight train's mad at me. his route picked before I close that off. And then we need to do a little bit of signal work here. That signaling is good, but we need to kind of do that. By doing that slower through that, it'll force the faster train to the other train to want to get back out once they join back up again for that dual section. But it lets him service that, kind of like what we did here, where we had these slower rails to avoid him from wanting to run the passenger train through the station and jamming it up. All right. All right, let's just go ahead and speed this section up. And we need a name for this route. We are way long for normal videos here today. We're going to call this the because it's serving mainly oil fields and oil rigs between Malahfield and Pineville. So we're just going to call it the Evil Pines Riggers Racer. Riggers meaning oil riggers, the guys who work the oil rigs to drill the oil wells. Get him going, and this is a good spot for me to really consider forcing some fast caffeination. It's obvious I'm fatiguing a little bit. Get him going. I know I said I wanted a couple of different lines because I've still got to do the one up this way. And that's what we'll do next time. But this was a little bit more complicated and I got sidetracked. So time to get some focus. I'm Kelly Jack. You got to be having a better day than I'm having if I'm still only on cup of coffee number 4.